7 days ago, you were someone slightly different from the person sitting here right now. You probably didn't notice it happening. Most of us don't. But it happened anyway. Something this week found its way into you. Maybe it was a word someone said that stayed too long. Maybe it was a moment of silence when there should have been noise. Maybe it was just a Tuesday evening, ordinary on the outside, but somehow deeply felt on the inside. And here you are, at the end of it, or maybe in the middle of it, still carrying all the small and heavy things no one around you can quite see. This video is not a lesson. It is not advice. It is not someone telling you what to do with what you feel. It is simply a conversation between you right now and the you who woke up 7 days ago, full of everything the week had not yet shown you. Stay with me. You don't have to do anything. Just be here. Close your eyes for a moment, if you can, if it feels safe. Take one breath. Not a deep, dramatic breath, just a real one. The kind you forget to take when life is moving fast. Now think back, 7 days ago. What was the first thing you thought when you opened your eyes that morning? Was it something you were worried about? A conversation you were hoping would go well? A to-do list your mind was already building before your feet touched the floor? Or was it something softer? A small wish, a quiet hope, something you told yourself today might be different? Whatever it was real. That version of you, standing at the edge of 7 whole days, they were real. They deserved to be spoken to gently. And so do you, right now. This is what I want to offer you today. The space to look back, not to judge what you did or didn't do, but to witness yourself. To say, I was there. I went through that. And I'm still here. That is not a small thing. That is actually everything. Let's talk about what this week actually was. Not what it was supposed to be, what it actually was. Maybe it was a week where you worked hard and nobody noticed. Where you held yourself together so others around you wouldn't have to worry. Where you smiled when asked how you were, because the real answer would have taken too long and felt like too much. Maybe it was a week where something broke quietly. A small thing, a routine, a habit, a belief you had been holding about someone or something, and you didn't even get to mourn it because life kept moving and you moved with it. Maybe it was a week of waiting. The hardest kind of week, where nothing dramatically wrong happened, but nothing felt right either. Just suspended, like a breath held too long. Or maybe, and I want to say this gently, maybe this was actually a good week, and somehow even that felt complicated. Because joy, when it comes, sometimes carries guilt with it, or the quiet fear that it won't last, or the strange loneliness of feeling happy when others around you are not. All of that is allowed here. Every version of the week, every texture of it, because what I know about human beings, about you, is that you rarely get to talk about the full truth of what a week feels like on the inside. The official story is fine. The real story is held quietly, somewhere in the chest. I'm asking you to let that real story breathe for just a little while. What was the heaviest moment of this week for you? You don't have to say it out loud. You just have to let yourself know it. Give it a name. Give it a place in the room. There it is. You know what it was, and you're still here. That matters. You should know that matters. Here is something I want you to think about. Every week, without our permission, without any announcement, something inside us quietly rearranges, not in dramatic, visible ways, not in ways that show up on our face or our to-do list, but something shifts. A small room inside you gets rearranged. A priority moves. A fear softens. A wound you didn't know was still there gets touched. And usually, we don't stop to notice it. We carry it forward and call it Monday again. But what if you stopped today, just today, and asked yourself, what changed in me this week? Not what happened around me, not what went wrong or right, but what changed in me. Maybe you became a little less afraid of something that used to scare you. Not because it went away, but because you faced it and you survived it quietly in the privacy of your own thoughts. Maybe you became a little more tired of something you used to accept. A way people speak to you. A way you speak to yourself. Something you've been telling yourself for so long you stopped questioning whether it's even true. Maybe you got a little clearer on what you actually want. Not what you should want. Not what makes sense to want. Just what your body and your heart and your honest, private self actually longs for. These are not small changes. These are the changes that matter. These are the ones that don't make headlines in your own life, but they shape it. Slowly, deeply, permanently. The person you are right now listening to this is not exactly the same as the person who woke up 7 days ago. Something moved. Something learned. Something, somewhere inside you, quietly grew. I want you to acknowledge that, even if no one else does, even if the world didn't notice. You changed, in small, real ways, and that is, honestly, a kind of miracle. Now, I want to try something with you. I want to speak to the you from 7 days ago. And I want you to listen, not as that person, but as the person you are now. The one who knows what the week held. To you 7 days ago, you are about to have a week. You don't know exactly what it will bring, but I want you to know something important before it begins. The moments you are about to be in, the hard ones, the quiet ones, the ones that land on you without warning, they will not break you. You will carry them in the only way you know how. Imperfectly, honestly, with everything you have. There will be a moment this week when you feel unseen. When you give something your time, your energy, your care, and it goes unacknowledged. I want you to know, I see it. What you gave mattered. The act of giving itself without the receipt of thanks is a kind of strength most people never talk about. There will be a moment when you doubt yourself, when the quiet voice inside says, maybe I'm not enough, maybe I'm too much, maybe I'm doing this wrong. I want you to know that voice is not the truth. It is just the fear talking. And the fact that you can hear the fear and keep going anyway, that is not weakness. That is one of the most underrated kinds of courage that exists. There will also be a moment smaller and easy to miss when something beautiful happens, when someone laughs and it surprises you, when the light falls on something ordinary and makes it strange and lovely for just a second, when a thought you'd been waiting for finally arrives, quietly, in the middle of doing something else entirely. I hope you let yourself have that moment. I hope you don't rush past it. I hope it lands. And when the week is over, when you are sitting where I know you will be sitting, a little tired, a little changed, I want you to be able to say, I was here, I was present for my own life, not perfectly, but honestly. Now come back to today. Come back to the you who is here right now. You did it. Whatever the week was, you got through it. You stayed present. You kept going. You felt things and held things and released things and held them again. You were here for your own life. That is not nothing. That is actually everything. There is something that happens when we stop and look at ourselves, not critically, not in comparison to others, but simply as witnesses to our own human experience. We see ourselves differently. We realize that we have been carrying more than we thought, that we have been kinder than we give ourselves credit for, that the bar we hold ourselves to is often so much higher than the bar we hold the people we love. Why is it that we can hold so much grace for others and so little for ourselves? Why is it that someone we love can have a hard week and we will say, of course you struggled, that was a hard week. But when we struggle, we say, I should have done better, I should have been stronger, I should have managed it differently. I want to offer you a different way of talking to yourself tonight. Imagine someone you love, truly love, came to you after the week you just had. Imagine they told you everything that happened, not just the facts, but the feelings, the effort, the moments of doubt, the moments of choosing to keep going anyway. What would you say to them? Whatever you just thought, that is what you deserve to hear right now, not as a technique, not as self-improvement, just as a simple act of fairness between you and yourself. You have been through something this week, even if no one can see it, even if it looks ordinary from the outside. Even if the hardest parts happened entirely in the privacy of your own mind and heart. You went through it, you are going through it, and you are here. Before this week becomes last week, before the next 7 days begin with their own demands and surprises, and small rearrangements. I want to ask you one more thing. What do you want to carry forward? Not from the outside world, not what others expect of you, but from inside yourself. From everything this week quietly taught you, felt through you, moved inside you. What is one thing, just one, that you want to hold on to? Maybe it is a piece of strength you didn't know you had. Maybe it is a moment of connection that surprised you. Maybe it is a new question you've been given, one that doesn't have an answer yet, but that feels important to keep asking. Maybe it is something even simpler, a memory of light in a particular afternoon, a feeling of being exactly where you were supposed to be for just a few seconds, a small act of kindness, given or received, that moved through you and left something warm behind. Take that with you into the next week, into the next version of yourself that you are becoming, slowly, honestly, one ordinary day at a time. You are not the same person you were 7 days ago. And 7 days from now, you will be someone slightly different again. This is not loss. This is life doing what it does, moving through you, teaching you, shaping you. You are allowed to be a work in progress. You are allowed to not have it figured out. You are allowed to carry things slowly and set them down gently when you are ready. You are allowed, fully allowed, to be exactly who you are, in exactly the week you just had, with all of its unfinished edges and quiet moments and things you are still trying to understand. Wherever you are in the world tonight, whatever language you dream in, whatever name you give to the things that are larger than yourself, whatever path has brought you to this quiet moment, I hope you feel, even for just a little while, that you are seen, that your inner life matters, that the way you carry yourself through ordinary weeks is a kind of quiet heroism, that the effort no one applauds is still real effort, that the love you give, even when it is tired and imperfect, is still love. You are a human being in the middle of a human life, and that, all on its own, is something worth witnessing. Thank you for spending this time here. Thank you for being willing to sit with yourself, gently, openly, honestly. That takes a kind of courage that is easy to underestimate. If this found you at the right moment, stay with us. Not because you need anything fixed, but because there is something in sharing space with other people who are also trying to feel their lives more fully. We will be here, in the quiet spaces, in the gentle conversations, in the beautiful, ordinary, deeply human stories that don't always get told.